Alright. What was I gonna do? I think... Yeah, I have very little money. Because I bought a lot of stuff. Big lore. There's so much more lore. I was trying to like... I bought a bunch of stuff and then I didn't read it. And then they were like, here's more stuff to buy. And I'm like, I haven't even read what the new stuff was we got. No. This is not what I wanted. I wanted the shop. No, the shop. Lionel's younger days were filled with managing his father's books. He was also a popular merchant, but a very sloppy one. Lionel's selection is especially grand today. Please have a look. Of all status ailments. Man, whenever that pops up, I'm like, did I do something wrong? That thing you just did? Oh, it's affected the game. How? Good? Bad? What did I do? I don't know. But you strengthened it. Alrighty. Let's get out here, let's save, and let's watch some more lore. Alright, there's no character stories, right? We're good? There are 11? Okay. Sure. Oh, you know what it is? I don't think those were there. But when I was level grinding off stream, I probably, by level grinding them, you hit more lore that way, which was why, yeah. Hasabara speaks of her past over a drink with Eridor. Well, we're gonna be here a bit. Everybody get comfy. There's lots of cutscenes here.
Ah, that's the good stuff. Ain't no one can...
I take
No.
not
What is the button?
compliments. It's hard enough to keep this place running on my own as it is.
Is it this button? It's that one.
Need me to lend a hand?
Thought you'd never ask. You can start by washing the dishes, then restocking our foodstuffs, fixing up that wobbly table, and...
Aye, leave it to me.
Ha! I'm only playing. I'd never put a paying customer to labor.
I would. Get over here,
But
fix
That's
this.
an awful lot of work for any one person. Ever give thought to finding someone with whom you might share the burden?
You can stop right there. The last thing I need is anyone else complicating my life.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I had myself a someone once, you know? Special like. Till he left me for a specialer someone.
The cow.
Raised my son Theo all by myself after that. He'd be a man grown now, if the war hadn't taken him.
Oof.
Forgive me, Hasabara. Didn't mean to go drudging up painful memories.
Oh no, Jethro.
No need for apologies. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a thing or two in their past that haunts them. In truth, I'm more exhausted than anything. Must be the years taking their toll.
Ain't got nothing to do with age, and everything to do with the hardships you've overcome. More impressive than an old soldier drowning his sorrows in mead.
What kind of barkeep am I, letting my poor patron wallow?
Sometimes wallowing's good for the soul. Come on, have a round with me. My treat.
Took you long enough to make the offer. Now, what shall we toast to?
How about to your son?
I, to Theo.
Huzzah to Theo. Yeah, it's gotta be the leveling, because I was like, those weren't there! Those weren't there! I would have recalled these being here and, like, done one or two. Though she wishes to use her powers for good, Zana recounts their part in her tragic past. You read game, I can't do it.
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and the next we were drenched to the bone. The townsfolk were certainly appreciative, and that means much in these trying times. Where did you learn such sorcery?
I was born with it. as were my forebears. In the far reaches of Hyzant, my people dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Flashback.
Ah, so you're Izana. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps they are threatened by the sight of the common folk huddled around your warming smile. The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored. It is as you said. If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty, and the punishment will be grave.
Then what recourse is left to me?
If the tentacles of the Church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe. We must flee our borders and go far from the gaze of the Zealots. It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life, together.
Is that truly what you want? 'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not, only that it is ours.
Very well. Then let us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
Or you could just go
I
now.
shall count the minutes till next we meet.
You go now, and you won't die. If you go now, you won't die.
Alas, he did not come. Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. It was hardly your fault. And you do not know his fate for certain. He could very well still be alive.
No, they would have given a name otherwise.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the Church's agents breathing down my neck. They burned down his home, and his family was never heard from again. I fear the worst. The goddess of salt must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief, and I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
Everyone in this game is terrible. Except for our people. Every single stream, it just gets hammered in more and more. Like, we're the only sane people. And even then, when it comes to Scales Day, sometimes I'm like, I question the morals on you. You're in my group. What are you voting for? Archibald reminisces about the Salt Iron War with Anna. Anna!
Master Archibald, is there something on your mind?
Oh, that's right. He trained her. I was like, how do these two know each other? Right.
Goddess be good. I must be getting on in years for you to be able to sneak up on me like that.
What troubles you?
I was only reminiscing. Indeed, days like these tend to blow my mind back a couple of decades or more.
Reminiscing about what?
The Salt Iron War. Hard to believe it's been 30 whole years. Some days I almost forget my time as one of the Saintly Seven. I defended the Citadel of Sand through the conflict. I was there when Esfrost attacked. A number of Rosellan prisoners who tried to escape the Source were there too. Including Our Lady Frederica's dear mother.
What's this?
She stayed behind all by herself to help the countless numbers of her fellow Roselle flee. That's how she was captured. But I knew we couldn't hold the Citadel. So I helped her and her friends escape in secret before the enemy attacked.
Ooh, based Archibald.
The wind blew just as hard that night as it's blowing now. I'll never forget watching the Roselle, caked all over in mud as they slipped away into the dark.
So you didn't want innocents to get caught up in the coming battle?
It never settled right with me. The way the goddess's teachings permitted abuse of the Roselle for the supposed sins of their past. A person's life isn't worth more or less just because of the conditions of their birth.
Mm-hmm.
But more than anything, I was moved by the selfless acts of Lady Frederica's mother. She reminded me of what I had once aspired to be. She was able to do what I never could. Risk her life to save her friends. I couldn't let someone like that die. Not on my watch. It wasn't long until the other Saintly Seven discovered what I'd done. They branded me a traitor, stripped me of my title, and sentenced me to death. Of course, I slipped out of their clutches before they could have my head. I wandered for a while before taking up life as a merchant under the King of Glenbrook's patronage.
I never knew you and Lady Frederica's mother shared such a past.
Well, it is in the past. Anyway, let us return. This cold night wind is making my old bones ache something fierce.
Anna, left to look after the automaton Decimal, wonders why he calls her master. Decimal.
I apologize for the wait, Master Anna.
Enough with the master. How many times must I say this? But thank you. You can put it down there. What is it?
Thank you, Master, for taking me in. I hope I can be of use to you.
What's brought this on?
I was useless to my previous master, and less than useless to my master before that. But I want to be useful, in whatever small way I can.
You had a different master before that merchant?
Yes, my creator. I tried so hard to be helpful. So very, very hard. But I was so very bad at following orders. The last thing I remember is my master calling me a failure. When I came to awareness again, I was hawking wares with the merchant.
So you were thrown away. What sort of person was your first master?
You remind me of her. Even the way you speak seems similar, somehow. But when I try to recall,
What's going on? Settle down! Now!
All functions return to standard operating parameters.
Get a little heated.
It appears the merchant got the better end of this deal.
Anna.
Apologize. I wish I could be of more use.
Decimal's doing Decimal's best. Come on, man. Beneath a star-filled sky, Piccoletta recalls her days in the circus. Her decoy ability, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. Stars. I miss stars.
Wow. The stars are so pretty.
Yep.
They're always so bright, no matter where I go.
You were in a circus, right, Piccoletta?
Yep. We performed in all kinds of places together. The people in the circus were from all over too. There were people from Glenbrook, people from Hysant. But when the war started, the circus broke up. Our circus master was from Esfrost, and he said he had to go and fight for his country. Even the poor animals were all taken away. They were like my family.
Piccoletta.
But I won't give up. I'll help you in this war, and then I'll bring back my circus troupe.
I believe in you, Piccoletta. But to do that, you'll need to build up your strength. And look, it's almost time to eat.
Yay! Let's eat together again today.
Alright. Medina pledged herself to House Wolford so that she could save people regardless of the order of things. However... Dun dun dun. Gotta build tension.
By the goddess, if it isn't my savior, I am truly in your debt.
I remember you. I treated you at the ministry that day.
I feared it was the end, but thanks to you, I yet live.
I was not alone in treating you. And I'm happy to see you well.
Does it turn out he's terrible?
I hear tell the infirmary was overwhelmed that day. How fortunate the other man was Rosellen. Never have I felt more blessed to belong to the goddess's flock. Praise be the goddess. May her blessings rain upon you.
I do not mean to pry, but was that...
Yes. It is he who survived, at the expense of the Rosellan man's life. Had we treated the Rosellan first, we might have saved them both. But I could not find the courage to disobey orders.
And, in the eyes of the faithful, you acted in accordance with the goddess's teachings. Denying medical treatment to non-believers is certainly one way for the Holy One to breed loyalty amongst Hysant's subjects.
It's a subs-only life.
Be that as it may, if only I'd had the courage of my convictions. The courage to give both their lives equal weight.
It is hard for one drop to alter the current.
So it is. Nevertheless, I wish to try.
She's like if Alphen and Tressa were one person. I'm gonna heal everybody. Roldan harbors doubts about his station, but Serenoa reminds him that he is noble in his own way. You cool too, man.
Roland, what are you doing out here?
There's hardly a better place to become lost in one's thoughts. Don't you agree?
I suppose. However, if aught weighs on your mind, it may serve you better to turn to a friend.
Talking is hard.
Then let me ask. Do you believe me too immature for my station?
Kinda. Yeah, I
Not
mean...
at all. Quite the opposite, in fact.
Okay, sure, we'll lie. That's fine.
But the other nobles loved to gossip of my disinterest in politics and intrigue, and mocked my love of hawking.
You said it yourself. Gossip and sniping, nothing more.
I was like thinking hawking, like selling things. I'm like, yeah, you're a prince. You're not supposed to be hawking things. Oh, you mean like with the bird and the... Okay, yeah, no, that's... Yeah. A little different.
Pay no mind to nobles and their petty judgments. The people who matter, your subjects, hold you dearly in their hearts. Stories abound of their love for you.
Might be terrible rumors, but they abound.
Hey, go peddle your junk somewhere else.
And why would I do that, my good sir? I see no reason to forego such a bustling avenue simply to please a stranger.
A stranger? You're posted in front of my damn shop. You're stealing my customers from right under my nose.
Oh, I am? I'm not sure your lack of customers could be blamed on me. Surely the proprietor bears some responsibility for...
What bickering is this?
Walmart is
None of your
honing
business,
in.
well. Now leave us to our negotiations.
Prince Roland, is that really you?
A prince, you say? Well,
A distinguished gentleman such as yourself must be mortified to have your customers bear witness to this childish bickering.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. My temper got the best of me.
And you, merchant. If you mean to trade in Glenbrook, I trust you have procured the proper licenses and approvals.
well, the process takes some days, you see. Pardon, Your Highness.
Then your business shall have to wait some days, it seems. Shall I summon a member of the Kingsguard to explain the law in detail?
No, there'll be no need of that, Highness. I'll just be on my way.
Thank you, Prince Roland. Come visit any time, and I'll let you have your pick of my wares.
Your place has always been with your people. You could walk down the main avenue and settle disputes with a single word.
Don't tell me you were watching. They were petty arguments, nothing more.
As petty as they might have been, you were happy to do it. What better proof of royalty is there than that?
But it wasn't because I was wise that I solved their problems. It was my name and status that lent my words weight. How do you imagine a kingdom with not a single dissatisfied soul would look?
That's a difficult thing to imagine.
Indeed. I suppose the best one can hope for is to do what we can, while we can.
Well, we can start envisioning such a nation. That one day we might build it. Together.
I like the sound of that. No doubt the answers we seek lie ahead, so long as we stay honest with ourselves. And so long as we work together, you and I, Serenoa.
Anna searches for answers about her parents, and Eridor seems to know more than he lets on. Eridor's her dad! No, I have no idea. That would be an interesting twist, though. Like, what?
Under this tree.
This here's the land of the Jax clan. Or used to be, more like. That clasp on your chest, that's their sigil, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a memento from my parents. Or so I was told.
Aye, now that I'm looking for it, I can see the resemblance. Same silvery hair and everything. Villages near here met with a pretty terrible fate. They begged the armies to spare their fields. The only one who listened was one of House Wolfort's bannermen. No one was surprised, big war hero that he was. But by the time we got here, the Jax had been all but exterminated. He was digging graves for the dead, enemy and all. A hero and a gentleman he was. Names on the tip of my tongue.
Benedict.
Aye, that was it. Do you know the man? I'd like you to pass on my gratitude, if you do.
Thanks for showing me the way.
Your coin's all the thanks I require. If that's all you'll be needing me for, I'll leave you to
it. Old man be zooming. I'm ancient. Zoom!
You make a poor stalker.
Ain't exactly what I'm built for.
You fought in the battle here, didn't you?
Maybe.
Benedict swore me to secrecy. But suppose it ain't break an oath if you already know. Oh, but first I ought to tell you. You've the right to the truth. And those ain't my words. They're his. That's why he never tried to stop you from finding out about your parents.
You know of their fate?
We drove the enemy up the cliff top. Cornered him there. The same instant we cut their leader down, a babe cried out in the distance. In the hideout, we found you, all swaddled up. A letter pinned to you with that same clasp on your chest.
Live strong, Anna. Stronger than any. I see now.
Your family died at our hands. If it's vengeance you want, you can take it out on me.
That doesn't sound like the Eridor I know. Do you think so little of me? To assume I would forsake my friend, bloody my hands with revenge. I know the truth at last. That is enough.
Is it, Anna? Or are you forcing it to be?
Don't be a fool. Benedict is the one who raised me. If I ever want for a father, I know where to find him. When we've won this war, I shall make sure he understands that.
There's so many. Almost done, almost done. The research Currenton spoke of in his drunken stupor seems to be making progress, but he keeps getting drunk, so he can't study anymore. Oh, Eridor, what have you done?
What's so urgent you can't let a man sleep?
Nothing less than the completion of my groundbreaking research, Eridor.
Oh, well now, that is something.
Indeed it is. I've managed to thermodynamically stabilize the quasi-liquid film forming on the surface of the...
Yes, I've heard all that. Now tell it to me in words a man can understand.
I did the thing.
Right. Well, in layman's terms, I have created ice that never melts.
See how simple... Did you say ice that never melts? That's mighty impressive and all, but what actual good does that do anyone?
Cold drinks forever.
My dear, sweet, simple Eric. We can use my creation to forge weapons with no need for iron.
Ooh.
Sounds useful, if it works as you say. But how's the durability?
Silly soldier. Do you take me for a fool? Of course I tested their durability. Worry not. A prototype shall arrive shortly. I bid you try it out for yourself. For better or worse, you're the most experienced soldier I know. And so I'd have you handle it first.
That sounds big and important. I reckon I'll take you up on it.
What news? Surely it's finished by now.
It melted.
Afraid not. I come bearing unfortunate news from the smithy. It seemed plenty sturdy at first, but shattered the moment he took a hammer to it. He says it has a long way to go before it can be used in place of iron, I'm afraid.
Preposterous! My calculations were impeccable. Surely I have not forsaken my homeland in pursuit of a fool's errand.
That's all a bit dramatic, isn't it? You can't have a breakthrough without breaking a couple of ice blades. You know what'd wash away all that pain? A nice cold glass of spirits.
No, alcohol's not the way.
Spirits. That's it. That unmelted ice of yours could chill him forever, could it not? Groundbreaking indeed. This invention of yours could still take the world by storm.
It's nice to know that Erador and I are on the same same brain length, wavelength, whatever. Same thought.
And I reckon the army'd have use for it as well. It'd keep our rations from going off. Weapons be damned. You've done very important work.
The fact remains that my calculations were in error. So forgive me my reluctance to.
Less sulking, more drinking. You succeeded, haven't you? Right then, this'll be my treat, and I won't be turning in till you do.
Very well. Scientific breakthroughs never come easily, I suppose. Perhaps my next experiment shall be seeing how many rounds my everlasting ice can chill. Right then, to the encampment with us. 'Tis time for a drink or three.
That's the spirit. Just promise me I won't have to haul your drunken ass home this time.
Well, better happy drinking than sad drinking. That's a bad habit. Don't sad drink. Lionel uses the Wolfort name to sell his dubious goods, but will he get away with it? Anna is gonna kick his butt. Probably.
You! Just what was in that swill you sold me?
I don't know.
Ah, my good sir. Don't you look to be in a fit of pique? But what does it have to do with Lionel?
Don't play coy with me! That was no secret elixir you sold me. An elderly nobleman bought the entire batch, and all he got for his troubles was a whole day atop his chamber pot!
Oh no!
Ah, perhaps the tonic's invigorating effects were too potent for a man of such venerable age. While Lionel is sure his digestive system has been duly cleansed, methinks a smaller dosage should suffice next time.
Digestive system? Dosage? You said that medicine granted eternal life.
Lionel recalls saying nothing of the sort. We did converse about rumors of such an elixir existing prior to the transaction, but that was all. If you harbor any doubts, Pray consult the bill of sale. Rest assured that any misunderstanding stems from your own negligence.
For all the good it'll do me now, I might as well wipe my ass with it.
My friend, the merchant's seal is his word. Consider this a lesson to read the fine print more carefully in the future.
Yeah, is this Tom Nook? Am I looking right at Tom Nook? What is happening?
You two-faced charlatan! You'll pay for this!
Two-faced? Has your own coin purse not grown mysteriously fat, despite the heavy taxes on salt?
He does.
I dare say
Hi,
more
Bullseye.
so than market prices would conceivably allow. One wonders, what is the punishment in High Sands for those who do business outside the purview of the state?
You can't threaten me! I'll gut you like a fish!
Oh!
Seems you needed protection after all.
Shut up! Lionel had the matter well under control. Did you kill him?
He's just unconscious. Killing him would only attract unwanted attention.
Nevertheless, he gave Lionel quite a fright. That knock on his head couldn't have been good for the fool's health.
The only fool here is you. Using the name of House Wolfort to swindle others? How long did you think this charade would last?
Yeah.
I'll give you one chance to stop, or else you'll end up next to him in the dirt.
Lionel will have you know he has friends in high places. Yes, very high places.
Yeah, Anna was on the roof, but she's not a friend.
So high, in fact, that yes, Lionel now sees the error of his ways. His thinking so far has been positively unambitious.
Very high.
It is Lionel who holds the purse strings of House Wolfort. And it is he who must see to it that said purse is overflowing with riches. He has been a fool. Only a fool would squander his talents with such petty deceits.
I need bigger deceits.
But Lionel does not lose heart easily. No, he shall redouble his efforts. For such is his burden, the burden of a loyal servant tasked with guiding his house to boundless fortune. Ha ha! Let us begin our new work post-haste.
She's like, I don't think he learned any.
That took a turn for the unexpected. What am I supposed to do with him? Knock him senseless and drag him back to the castle?
Yeah.
It may come to that.
Poor Anna. She has to watch over Decimal and Lionel. I think the fact that Lionel speaks in third person and just how he says Lionel, that's pretty great.